Are you new to Sparking Zero? Have you just recently picked up the game and you're tired of feeling defenseless, vulnerable, too many backshots? Well, I'm here to remedy it. We're going to have you like Tom Dubois from Boondocks. You're going to know exactly what to do in the right situations. And even if you know a couple things, you might learn something. So, here's my basic beginner's guide to Sparking Zero. First, we're going to start off with defense because defense is everything in this game. Most of the defense in this game involves movement, spacing, and timing, so we're going to go over that first. Do not sleep on the X button, okay? On standard controls, X button is your dash. You can use this. If you use X and forward in a direction, you'll do a little weave in that direction. Tap X to the side and you'll do a little side step. Some people are faster than others. Keep that in mind. So yeah, positioning is key. If you've played this game for like 5 seconds, you'll notice that getting behind your opponent is really important. So always make sure you're positioning yourself in a way that's keeping your opponent guessing. By the way, if you dash into R1, which is block, you get an extra weave frame. You get a hell of a lot of iframes with this weave. It's underrated. Use it. Also, if you press X and square at the same time, you'll do this little vanishing teleport into an attack. It's kind of like a get off me tool. Don't rely on this though, because most people and the CPUs who get good at vanishing will counter this pretty easily. So what is vanishing? If you press R1 whenever you're in the middle of a combo, or when you're in the middle of somebody else's combo, you'll teleport. You can use this offensively and defensively. And if you press this right before any attack, you can pretty much dodge any attack. It uses a tiny bit of energy, but yeah, it's pretty much one of the best defensive tools. And yeah, you use this right when somebody's about to hit you, whether it be a special attack or in the middle of a combo. Easier to use this when somebody's breaking their combo. Like when they're vanishing is the perfect time for you to vanish. Then we get these little vanishing wars. It's kind of an issue. But yeah, you use vanishing when there's a break in a combo. Like when somebody's piecing you up, that little break in their combo or when they push you away and teleport is the perfect time to prepare for your vanish. Something else you can also do is a Z counter, which is square and a direction you're facing at the same time. Not one before the other, not one after the other. You gotta press them both at the same time. You can't mash, you gotta time it perfectly. And like I said, best to use this when it's a break in a combo or somebody is using some sort of heavy charge attack on you. Also one of the best counter tools because it really doesn't cost anything except good timing, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, other counters you have, which is a revenge counter. You can do this at mid or long range, whether you're getting spammed by normal attacks or key blasts. Press R3, use some of your skill meter and you will just ignore everything, dash towards your opponent if you're far away from them. If you're close to them, you'll just punch them in the gut. Be careful because this can also be countered too. Last but not least, perception. Wow, almost forgot one of the most important ones. Can't believe I haven't talked about this. Perception. Basically, you press circle and you'll go into this counter mode where you'll counter anything anybody punches at you. But careful because it can be countered by key blast. You can also deflect people's special blasts with this attack. If you have at least 2 skill points, you'll deflect it and look really cool, although it's kind of useless to do this. Also, if you time perception perfect like a parry, you'll do this really cool Neo Matrix looking ass animation and you'll push them back. You can even do this while you're blocking. Also, you can only perception people's heavy attacks if you have at least 1 skill point. But yeah, it's pretty much everything I know in terms of defensive counters. So offense is a little deeper than it looks. No, we're not just mashing square. But if you are just mashing square, that's your light attack. If you hold square, you'll do a smash attack. You can go up smash attack, down smash attack. You can even go side smash attack. Now that sounds all fine and dandy, but I know you guys want to go on those infinitely long combo strings that look cool as hell. Well, that's where triangle comes in. If you hold triangle or press triangle on its own, you'll do key blasts. Just pressing triangle will waste some energy to shoot some key blasts. But if you press triangle in the middle of a combo, you'll do a chain attack. So what you would want to do is press something like square, square, triangle, and then square to continue your combo. If you do the same chain attack in a row, you will knock your opponent back down. but what you want is to continue the combo. So if you press square, square, triangle, you might want to switch it up with a square, 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 triangle, and then the next one you might want to do square, 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 triangle, and the next one you might want to do square, triangle. And that's how you juggle opponents. Of course, in between this, at any point they can counter you, so keep that in mind. Also, if you hold triangle during a chain attack, you will do some kind of stunt. So if you just hold triangle, depending on the character, you might do a gut punch. Some characters like to do ki blast. So if you do something up triangle, you'll kick them into the air. If you push them down triangle, you might kick out their legs or something. So you can just keep spamming more attacks while they're recovering. It's my favorite thing to do, by the way. Now, chaining infinite combos looks cool. It's all fine and dandy, but at higher levels, it's kind of impractical because people are going to be countering way too much. So you're going to want to focus on doing big damage combos very quickly rather than dragging it out for so long. It does look really cool though. At any point of a combo, after you push somebody away, you can press triangle to perform a chain attack, which is like when you teleport behind them, punch them, and then teleport behind them again and punch them and start playing ping pong with them basically. Also, at any point in the combo, you can press circle, and then you will do this little animation that pile drives them to the ground. This is really good because it puts you in the perfect position to be doing more damage or whatever you're trying to do pretty much. Great for setting up special attacks, ki blasts, all sorts of stuff. So without getting too deep into the combat, let's just move on and talk about ki and energy. So like I said earlier, you hold R2 to charge up your energy. Energy is extremely important. I should have mentioned this earlier. You pretty much need energy to do anything in this game, whether that be ki blast or, you know, teleport, dashing, vanishing. Ki is everything, so make sure you always have a decent amount. Some characters like androids automatically rejuvenate ki or need to grab people, but that's some more advanced stuff. So you hold R2 to charge ki, but that also opens up your special attack menu. You'll usually have a square and a triangle. The triangle one will usually take more energy, but it depends on the character. You have different types of special attacks. Some are physical grabs and some are ki blasts. There's different types of ki blasts. We'll get into it. But anyway, if your special attack is a physical grab, you're going to do some pose and then you're dash towards your opponent, and if you hit them, there'll be a cinematic. Most of these can be blocked, but most of these can be easily blocked or vanished. So you're going to want to do these in the middle of a combo or when somebody's down. Like for instance, that circle chain attack I told you about earlier, that's a perfect time for you to use something like a rush attack after. Now the other type of special attack is a ki blast. There's two types of ki blast: piercing ki blast and non-piercing. Non-piercing will be something like a death beam from Frieza. This stuff will not go through buildings, but something like a Kamehameha will go through buildings. Non-piercing, keep it in mind so that you know if somebody's using Kamehameha and you're behind a building, you need to block that shit. There's your sparking ultimate attack. You access this by overcharging your ki and going into the sparking mode state. In sparking mode, you can do all sorts of things, not just use your special attack. Like you'll have infinite ki, so you can spam ki blasts, getting close to somebody and just comboing, mashing square is nuts. You do hella damage just mashing people with square. Make sure you're not just automatically spamming your ultimate as soon as you turn into this mode. You got options, okay buddy? Make sure you're doing other things in sparking mode than just spamming ultimates off rip. Like, you know, smashing the square is really effective. Get in there, do a combo, use a chain or a smash attack to boot them away, and then use your ultimate. That's usually a good way to use it, usually a good way to combo into things. Another thing you can do with chain attacks is instead of using your ultimate, you can use some of your normal special attacks, and you'll be out of sparking, but you'll still have full energy. So you can either use your energy for other things or go back into sparking again. I like to do that personally. But yeah, from a basic standpoint, this is pretty much the basics when it comes to sparking zero. Some advice I would have for you in order to get good is to never forget about training mode. If there's something you struggle with extremely hard, go to training mode. Like the timing of a vanishing, Go to training mode and just practice a couple 5-10 minutes before you're doing whatever you're gonna do. Also, using training mode in tangent with the story mode is a great way to get used to the mechanics. That's how I got used to them. Using training mode alongside story mode as an alternative way to just train and practice things that I was working on in training mode was perfect for getting me used to the controls. So take it slow. Remember, this is more memorization than it is like anything, right? Like just muscle memory. So get used to the game, play some story mode, play some training mode. Don't jump straight into PvP off rip. I mean, you could yourself into the wolves, then that's a way to get good quickly too, but this is a less stressful way. I think this is the best way to master the fundamentals. So that's my advice. Let me know if I did a decent guide. I'm new to this, so if you got anything to add, leave it in the comment section. We're here to help people and newer players. So yeah, anything I missed out or you think would be extra to add, just leave it in the comments. Let's create a system for people trying to learn. That's all I'm trying to do. All right, I'm done. That's it. Peace.